guys, me again. Welcome back to the Mars Attacks channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you're seeing me for the first time, this is the Mars Attacks channel where we discuss locks and hair, and we admire and talk about women with locks. We also sometimes delve into the world of fitness, lifestyle, and just kind of follow me around doing stuff, blah, 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 blah. This is a hair video. We are going to do the ABCs of locks, or dreadlocks, or rastas, or locksit, or whatever you'd like to call it. Bars? Bars. So this is just a random list that I compiled. This has no real meaning, no order of importance. I just thought it would be a fun little video to do, correlating all the letters to some things that are related to locks in the lock sphere. Right? Yeah, that's fun. Cool. We're doing it. We're doing it. So let's go. The first letter is A. And what do you think that stands for? ACV rinse, right? I mean, come on. We all have to do it about twice a year, 2-3 times a year. How often do you guys do an ACV rinse? I used to do it once a season, four times a year, and that was way too much. It is extremely drying, even though it does completely just rinse out all the garbage from your hair. So I thought it would be better to do more often, but it is so powerful that less is more. So now I do it once, maybe twice a year, depending on the year I've had. So that's it. A for ACV. B is for Bob Marley, because for most, like me, Bob Marley was a huge inspiration for my locks. I'm sure he's an inspiration. I'm sure I'm not alone in this. You know, lots of people look up to Bob Marley. He had a very positive message to tell the world. He revolutionized, love and changed the way a lot of people thought, especially when he was alive and in his prime. And also just his locks were iconic. So B is for Bob Marley. C is for confidence and or commitment. I couldn't choose between these two because these are two integral parts of a lock journey, no matter how you do it. I think that locks bring you a lot of confidence. At least they did for me. Makes you feel confident about yourself. You can really walk around in your own skin, feeling like ain't nobody can talk to you, feeling like you're on top of the world, feeling like you are truly you. They're a really unique hairstyle. They bring a lot of positive attention, or they can bring a lot of positive attention depending on what circles you're around. But yeah, confidence is a huge one for me. And then commitment also, because locks are something you have to commit to. You have to commit to the cleaning. A lot of people think it's low maintenance. I don't think that's true necessarily. So you got to commit to cleaning it. Cleaning them, you've got to commit to growing them, because especially with hair texture like mine, even if I didn't have locks, your hair takes a long time to grow, but when you're growing them in locks, you have to do it, through and through, because if you decide you don't want locks anymore, you have to either cut them or comb them out, and both are a pretty drastic change. E is for expensive. Locks aren't really expensive. I don't really even know.
I made this list a long time ago, you guys.
Locks aren't really expensive, but they can be. I've found that, I have extensions, so the extensions cost a lot to put in. But also, I don't know about where y'all live, but the oils that I buy, that I prefer to use, because I don't like to buy products, we've gone through this already. Essential oils in Canada anyways are really expensive. They do last a long time, so that's kind of good, but yeah, they're expensive, and you need to buy, or I need to buy in bulk, and then just kind of keep them and save them and use them sparingly so that I can get the biggest bang for my buck. This one, I really want to know, guys, what if you were to calculate it real quick, just a little guesstimation, how expensive would you say all your products are? Do you use a lot of hair gels? Do you put down your edges? So that you could incorporate that into your cost. Do you buy flexi rods and do the curls? Do you have hair gels, waxes? Please don't do waxes, but if you do, are they expensive? Do you have a big collection of hair products? How big is it? How expensive is it? Because mine's pretty small, but it's very pricey. Anyways, F is for freeform. It is a style of locks that is free. It is when you leave your hair to do what it do. So So no separating, no retwisting. All you do is wash it, maybe brush it. I know some people say they brush their locks just to get like lint out, which I think is more of a hygiene thing. So I personally don't count brushing your freeform locks as maintenance. Some people might, but you basically just let your hair do what it does, let it combine, let it grow free and natural, let it turn into those tree roots, Congo up, have all these branches hanging out of your hair. So it's my favorite style of lock, and that's why I put it as F. G is for gorgeous growth. Now, growth is the one thing that, you know, people with or without locks, with styled locks or freeform locks, everyone is after, at least in some capacity. It's kind of what this journey is all about. You know, you want to grow thickness, you want to grow attached to them, and ultimately, at the end of the day, maybe some length. Not everyone's after length, but you know, it is a part of the equation. It is a quintessential part of the journey. And it's not even for hair. You want to grow as a person with your locks. You grow attached, you grow stronger, and you grow better with your locks. So I put that as G. H, I put for history, because locks have a very long and convoluted history. I'm not gonna talk about it completely here because this video will be forever in length. It'll be just way too long. But the history of locks has a very long history, has a very convoluted history, at least through the grapevine it does. Some people think that it originates in Jamaica. Some people think that it originates in India, and no matter who you ask, someone's gonna be giving you a different story. But no matter who you ask, everyone will tell you that locks have a very long history, a very rich history, and a very interesting history as well. I implore you to go do some research, go read about it, because it is really interesting, and no matter what part of the world the lock history that you're reading is coming from, I can guarantee you it'll be dogs?
Sounds like a dog's puking outside.
No matter where you're reading the lock history from, like which part of the world, I can guarantee you it'll be an interesting one and you will learn something really interesting. And that's why I put it as H. I is for Irie. And I just know I said that locks don't come from Jamaica, but I am Jamaican and locks are Irie. So I put it as I. J is for jobs? Question mark? Yes, this is also a topic that has multiple sides, multiple opinions on it. Again, not gonna make a video, not gonna talk about it in this video in depth, but some people think that you can't do a job if you have locks, which is what some people think you can't get a job if you have locks.
Living proof that that's not true.
And yeah, so that was a pretty tricky, iffy topic, so I figured I'd throw it in there. If y'all want to discuss that one in the comments, I'll go ahead. K is for kinky. Kinky, curly, coily locks. Now, all hair textures can be locked. However, I have kinky hair and I love my kinky hair. And some people also say that they look better with kinky hair. Not true, because looks are subjective no matter what. I have kinky hair, so I decided to put it put kinky for K because I got some kinks in my hair, you know? L is for lifestyle. Because honey, this isn't a hairstyle, it's a way of life, you understand? You understand. This is something that you live, eat, sleep, and breathe. I mean, it's not always on the forefront of your mind, but when you sit with your locks for a long time, it does become part of your identity a little bit. And yeah, it's your life. Especially for me, I know, for example, on wash days, I have to plan my day, for example, to wash my hair in the morning because locks take a long time to dry. And little things like that sort of change your way of life when you have locks. It's a good thing. I hope I didn't make that sound like a bad thing. I love my locks and I love the life that it has given me. And so yeah, I'm sure y'all can agree, having locks is a lifestyle. Right? Right. M is for moisture. Moisture is very important when having locks, no matter what hair type you are. I mean, I guess this could vary depending on the hair types, but for my hair type, moisture is a must.
Moisture is a must.
I gotta keep these strands dry.
I mean, whoa, no.
I gotta keep these strands moist, I gotta keep them oiled, or else I must face breakage. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We didn't get here. Well, you can't really see my hair in this video. We didn't get here, okay, dealing with breakage. I mean, we did. I've lost a lot of locks, but we're trying to avoid that. And to avoid that, we need moisture. N is for natural. I'm sure this one was pretty obvious. It is a hairstyle that most people wear natural. We don't need to process our hair. We don't need to texturize our hair. No chemicals go in this. These are my natural roots, and this is the way that my hair grows out of my head. And kind of the reason I started doing locks. I was tired of lusting after straight hair textures. I was tired of chasing it, and I just wanted to have a hairstyle that was naturally mine. Sorry, yeah, the hair that I was born with, I should say. I wanted to wear a hairstyle with a hair texture that I was born with. And for me, that was locks. O is for oils. Oils, oils, oils. O is for oils because many products that you use base their formulas off of certain oils, whether it's Moroccan oil, whether it's sweet almond oil, whether it's black castor oil. Oils are an integral part of keeping the moisture in your hair and keeping it soft, keeping it strong, keeping it shiny, keeping it nice and lustrous. So oils are an integral part of your lock journey, and that's why I figured I'd put it as O. P is for patience.
Patience.
Why? Because it takes forever. It takes forever to grow these things. Okay? Okay. The first year I did it, it was 6 years of waiting. And then even after that 6 years, I was like, nah. I don't know. You just need patience. You need to wait for things to happen. And things will happen. They will. Sorry guys, I have a pimple. This is our co-star right here. Yeah, but patience. You gotta wait for things to happen with your hair. You gotta wait for situations to sort themselves out, because they will. Eventually. Q was a tricky one to find for this list. So for Q, I made the word questions, because I get a lot of questions having this hairstyle, being out in public with this hairstyle, existing, okay, with this hairstyle. You get a lot of questions. Do you smoke weed?
Do you sell weed?
Do you have a job?
Do you wash your hair?
How do you wash your hair? A lot of questions. I'm sure y'all get questions too. What's the weirdest question you ever got? Put that one in the comments below. I want to know the weirdest question you ever got. R is for roots. Every lock head has different roots. Mine are fluffy, as I do not retwist, but roots are a very integral part of locks because they're something you're either fighting with or embracing, no matter what your journey is. S is for styles. Now, the lock journey is a long one, but throughout that, the kinds of styles that you have access to will change. And I think that's a really cool thing about locks. People rock some really interesting styles when their hair is short and just at neck length. And those styles sometimes aren't really possible when you have long locks. And some styles are a little more complex or convoluted, and you need to, convoluted, cannot work there? Like twisty. Some styles are more twisty and you need length to be able to rock them. It's very versatile what you can do with your hair in lock form, and it changes as you go through the stages. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that's why I put it as S. T is for tree. Why? Because locks look like trees. They look very natural. They look like branches and tree trunks and twigs and very twiggly. And I can't ever stop sort of associating the two, and so that's why I put it as T. U is for unique. Locks are so personal and have so much personality, and that personality goes along with the wearer's personality. So my locks will not look like anyone else's, no matter how much I may try or wish or hope or work even towards it. And your locks will only ever look like yours as well. And that's why having locks is a truly unique style. V, this one's my favorite, is for volume. Volume, I love, okay, so this doesn't, I mean, I guess necessarily go for if you continuously retwist. If you really retwist your locks like every 4 to 6 weeks, I feel like you may not have so much volume, but for me, if you leave your locks for like a couple months without retwisting, I mean, not wash your hair, but if you don't retwist them, you're gonna find that the roots are gonna come in, they're gonna puff out, and they're going to give your hair, your head of hair, such nice volume. You don't have need for volumizing sprays or volumizing shampoos, or you don't need to do the back comb or the tease or the Scene Kids circa 2008 madness. Yeah, it's just, you just get natural volume, and that is probably one of my personal favorite things about having locks. W is for wax. It should be for warning.
Cause I'ma warn you not to use wax.
Please stop using wax. Who keeps using wax? It is 2020. Can we stop putting wax in our hair? I've actually heard like the craziest things that people are putting in their hair. Putting like glue, putting like honey. Like, don't do that, guys. No. Don't use wax. W is for warning. A warning against wax. Just don't do it. Nah. X is for extreme. To some people view locks, no matter how manicured they are, no matter how wild they may be, some people just see locks as a really extreme hairstyle. I mean, it can be, but I choose to see it as beautiful. As I mentioned before, these things are subjective. Beauty is subjective, looks are subjective. At the end of the day, it is just hair. We don't have to politicize it, but you know, for the most part, at this time and space, there's still people walking around thinking it's an extreme hairstyle, and that's okay. That's okay. Do you know a lot of people who think it's extreme? I'm pretty lucky enough to be in a circle right now where no one really cares. I live in a pretty multicultural city, so walking around with locks, I don't get looks. No one frowns or scoffs or, you know, crosses the street about it anymore. But I do know that there are some places where it's extreme, it's wild, it's different.
Ooh, different. Ah.
Why? I didn't know what to put for why, so I put yes. Why? Because I love locks. They're a win for me. So yes, say yes to the locks. I really did not know what to put for Z. It is the final letter in our English alphabet, so I'm gonna leave that one to you. What would you guys put for Z? Do you guys have any ideas? Help me out here. And that wraps up the alphabet of locks. Did you guys have fun? I really hope you did. And if you did, please just give this video a like. It will help me out so much. Tell me what you would put for Z or Z. I know there's a lot of Americans. Z or Z in the comments below. Let's talk it out. I'd like to know what you guys, what came in mind for you, what you guys thought I might say for Z. Yeah, so leave that in the comments below. And if you're new and enjoyed this video, give me a subscribe, and we will see each other in a week, actually in a couple of days, because this might be pretty close to a Monday. We'll see. I don't know when this is going up. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.